All right, what's up, guys? Hey, today I'm going to show you guys one of the best tricks that I've ever figured out on ChatGPT that's going to absolutely change the game for you guys going forward using AI in your business, okay? And that's cloning yourself inside of ChatGPT. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't think of right out the gate, but it's one of the most effective techniques that you can possibly use implementing AI into your business. So if you're new to AI or you've been thinking, hey, how do I use AI in my business as a real estate agent, then you're going to want to stick around for this one right here because this is going to change the game for you. So let's talk a little bit about ChatGPT real quick and cloning. And actually, you know what? Let's back up a little bit and let me tell you who I am and where I come from, okay? I'm Adam Gillespie, and I'm obviously with eXp Realty, but I am a geek, okay? To say the least, like what I have done throughout my life is just basically play on computers and try to figure out different ways to manipulate them, right? So I got into AI back in 2004, and you may start thinking like, wait, was AI around in 2004? Yeah, actually, it's been around since the 1950s when a man named John Turing created what's called the Turing test, where it was basically just a big test to see if machines could outsmart humans. That ended up evolving into IBM's Watson, which, as you might know, if you're in your 40s or a little bit older, IBM Watson actually beat everybody out in Jeopardy and was the reigning champ. So AI has been around for a minute, but where I got introduced to it was back in 2004. As you can see with the musical instruments behind me, I am a music geek as well. And I was in a band. And if you're in your late 40s or in your early 40s, you might have remembered of an old website called MySpace. Well, MySpace is a lot like Facebook. And basically what we did is we had a robot even back then that I would install on my computer. And what it would do is it would go through and it would automatically comment on famous people's pages. And it would have my band's music on autoplay. So we basically racked up thousands and thousands of plays on MySpace daily, and that created a lot of attention around the band, started getting us shows, and we eventually won KBPI's Best Band in Denver for 2010 and 2012, and that put us on the road with a lot of big famous acts. And yeah, so that was kind of my intro into AI. Long story short, eventually music just really wasn't for me. So I ended up inside the real estate sector and immediately started realizing there's so many connections between our marketing that we do in real estate versus the marketing that we did when we were in the band. And in late 2022, my sister sends me this link for this thing called OpenAI's ChatGPT. And I started playing with it. And I at first thought like, hey, this might be like a good new Google, right? Like I could search and get some good results on it. But after a couple of hours of being on it, I realized, oh my gosh, this is a game changer because this is one of the most smartest things that humans have ever had their hands on, right? It's trained right now on 1.8 trillion parameters across the internet, making it literally the most complex and knowledgeable machine that humans have ever had access to. And we as a general public get access to it. So it's amazing. So I quickly realized like, oh man, this could be inside of our business and real estate to help us create content. It could replace the need of a VA, marketing managers, just so many different applications. So I dove deep into it and I started playing with it. And now here we are a couple of years later. And I have a full-blown course on how to use ChatGPT for realtors. And that's what I do with my time now is I try to teach realtors like you how to use ChatGPT so you can level your business up and really make the most out of this amazing technology. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about cloning. And this is basically going to be teaching ChatGPT all about your business, right? Because when we start an initial chat with ChatGPT, it doesn't really know much about us, right? So a lot of people will think like, oh, I just go into ChatGPT and I ask it a question and then it gives you some vague response and it's not really as effective as it can be. So I realized real quick on that, hey, if I went into ChatGPT and had it basically interview me about my business, I could teach it everything it knows about my that I want it to know about my business, and then that could be used as a baseline for ChatGPT to give me advice across all stages of my business. And I mean, using it to build business plans, using it to create content calendars, using it to respond to emails. I've used it even to train a chat on local zoning guides and regulations, to get a non-conforming house approved to be appraised by the appraisal company. Basically, they didn't want to appraise a property that I had because it was non-conforming in an industrial area. And I trained a chat on the zoning regulations and the history of the area, and was able to prove, based on some of the regulations that are put in place, that this was still conforming as residential, even though the area had converted to industrial. And ChatGPT found all that data for me and even wrote the email to the appraisal company. So there's so many things that we can use ChatGPT for. But if we don't have a good, or if we don't give ChatGPT a good idea of how our business is run and what we want to do, then achieving these results is nearly impossible. So that's why I'm going to show you guys today exactly how to train ChatGPT on your business and even duplicate your speech patterns. So that way the output that we create with ChatGPT sounds like it's coming from you. Right? So if you're interested in this, stick around, because this is going to be absolutely awesome. So without any further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a screen share, and we're going to get right down to the nitty gritty. All right, so here we go. All right, so here we are inside of a pre-recorded chat that I had with ChatGPT. And what I want to do is I want to show you guys the prompt that I built and the logic behind the prompt. And then we're going to share this prompt with you afterwards, so you can go through this exercise and train ChatGPT on your business just like I did. So by the end of this short tutorial here, I'm going to give you guys the ammunition and the knowledge that you need to create your own digital version of yourself inside ChatGPT. So here we go. This is a pretty big prompt, so I'm going to go through it just with the basics and kind of tell you why it's written this way and the logic behind it. Okay. So first it says, I'm a realtor planning to leverage ChatGPT to generate content that aligns with my business objectives. To ensure the content is as relevant and effective as possible, ChatGPT must deeply understand my business, our customer base, and our overarching goals. With that in mind, I'd like to start by providing detailed insights into these areas. So what this is right here is, this is me priming ChatGPT for the role that it needs to take and the goal that I want us to achieve, right? And that's really, really important, because most people will just go into ChatGPT and they'll say, well, let me ask it a question. And then they get this vague answer and they're like, yeah, this isn't all it's cracked up to be. And that's kind of what most agents do, right? So what I do is, when I make these prompts, I make sure to prime it for its role, the goal, and even the process that I want it to take. So you'll see this next section here. It just says, please ask me a comprehensive set of questions to gather information about the following aspects of my business. Number one, the core mission and values and vision of my business, the primary products or services that we offer, our target customer demographics and psychographics, key challenges to our that our customers face that we aim to solve, the geographic regions we serve or plan to serve, our current marketing strategies and channels, short-term and long-term business goals, key competitors and our unique value proposition, tone and style of communication that resonates with our audience, and any previous customer feedback or insights that shape our strategy. So this is the process here. I basically am telling it exactly what I want it to ask us, but I'm going to also put it into ChatGPT's hands and see if it has any additional questions. So I say, feel free to ask additional questions that you believe are necessary to accurately capture the essence of what we're trying to achieve and to produce content that effectively speaks to our audience. This foundational understanding will be critical for you to refer back to when completing future tasks and ensuring that the content is generated that content generated is aligned with our business goals. So this prompt right here is very, very detailed, and it's going to have ChatGPT interview us, so it knows everything about our business, right? So what happens is, I ask it to go one section at a time just to save from confusion, because ChatGPT will literally ask you a bunch of questions at once, and it can be a little bit confusing. So I ask it to go one section at a time. So ChatGPT responds, says, hey, absolutely. Let's go step by step. Let's talk about the foundation of your business, right? The core mission and vision of your business. What is the core mission statement of your real estate business? And how does it guide your operations and decision-making? What vision do you have for the future of your business? Can you describe the core values? How does your business contribute to the community or the real estate industry? And are there any social, environmental, or ethical principles that particularly are important to you? So you can see it broke down this first question into 5 questions. right? Now, I don't have the time to do this on the tutorial today. Otherwise, you guys would be with me for like 3 hours. And I don't think you want to do that. So I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. But what you guys need to understand is when you go through this process on your end, you're going to want to take this step by step and get as detailed as you possibly can. The more detail, the better, right? The better ChatGPT is going to understand it and the better the output's going to be when we start to utilize some of the practical applications of this product now that it knows our business, right? So basically what happens is we got to give it our core mission statement. And if you're new to real estate or you haven't really gone through this process yet, this might be confusing and you might be sitting here right now going, well, wait a second, I don't have a core mission for my website, right? Well, the best part about ChatGPT is that we can dive deep into this, right? So you'll see if I highlight this right here, once my Copilot goes away, there we go. You're going to see this reply button here, these two quotations that pop up on ChatGPT. This reply button is so we can communicate about the specific area that I highlighted with ChatGPT, right? So I could literally click this and I could ask GPT, I could say, hey, I don't have this yet, right? Please help me create it. Okay, so if I do that, you're going to see that it jumps all the way back down here because this is obviously a pre-recorded conversation. But if you were just getting started, ChatGPT is going to go through the process of helping you create this. So I want you guys to take this perspective of it, right? Imagine that you are downtown in whatever city it is that you reside, and you're in the biggest office building talking to the best consultant that has ever existed in business. That is ChatGPT. And it's because ChatGPT is trained on all this stuff, right? Like it knows almost everything. So when we say, hey, I don't know what my mission statement is, it's going to help us create it, right? So you can see here that it kind of created it created one that reflects the values and objectives that I shared. The reason that it created that is because I actually uploaded a lot of this stuff to the chat already. What it would do for you, let's say that you are in here. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do it for you guys real quick. Let's do this. Okay. So let me get this prompt back up over here. And watch. So I'm going to send it through. So when you guys put this prompt into ChatGPT, you're going to start a fresh chat. I recommend being on ChatGPT 4.0. If you're not a Plus subscriber, then you can be on ChatGPT 4.0 Mini. This will work the same, but 4.0 is better. So if you're not a Plus subscriber, I would definitely look into it. It's $20 a month and it's totally worth it. And you'll need that to basically build your clone GPT in the end. But when I send this through, ChatGPT is going to go through it and ask my questions again, right? So what we're going to do is let's just stop this here and we're going to go right back up to here, okay? And we're going to highlight it just like we did on the other chat. And I'm going to say, I don't have this. Can you please help me create it? All right. And now watch what ChatGPT is going to do. Look at this. It's asking us questions that are going to help it build this core mission and statement for us, right? Who are your primary customers? What services do you provide to these customers? What makes your services unique or particularly valuable? And what's the ultimate benefit or outcome that you want to deliver your customers? And you can see here that the questions that ChatGPT is asking us, they're not basic, right? These have a lot of substance to them. And it's important that we go into extreme detail with this. So if you have to, you can be on your phone with this, right? And on the app, you can, hit the little microphone and you can speech to text. Sometimes it's easier just to talk these answers in. Okay. So that might make it a little bit easier, but if not, you can just come down here and you can start answering it one question at a time. Who's your primary customers? Well, like mine's first-time homebuyers. That's what I specialize in. I was a first-time homebuyer once and my experience was absolutely horrendous. So my goal is to improve that for other first-time homebuyers so they don't have to go through what I went through. Right. So that's where what my primary customers are. And the services that I provide, obviously I help them buy real estate. Okay. And if you hold shift and you hit enter inside this chat window, it'll allow you to basically segment these out in order instead of sending the prompt through and having to retype every single time you want to answer a question. This helps save memory with ChatGPT as well. So let's just say that we answered all those questions and we'll just send that through. And you can see that even with just this little bit of information, it's able to create a mission statement. Look, to empower first-time homebuyers by providing personalized guidance, innovative AI solutions, and exceptional service to make their journey to homeownership smooth and successful. Our vision statement to be the most trusted and innovative real estate partner for first-time homebuyers, revolutionizing the industry through technology and unparalleled client care. Guys, we just created that in just a couple of minutes, right? So you can see how ChatGPT can absolutely help us build our business from the ground up. And be that advisor and consultant that corporations pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to. Like, consultants charge a lot of money. I was in the insurance business back in the day, and we had a consultant that would come in and just run case scenarios and tell us how we can improve. Every time he came in the door, it was 30 grand in his pocket. So think about the value that we save by being able to have access to this stuff, right? So going back to this other prompt here that we had, I want to blaze through this real quick so I don't keep you guys too long. I want to be respectful of your time. So basically what happened is it asked me these 5 questions, and I went down here and I answered it. These pictures that I installed into here, these are my core values that I get from the Atlas Alliance, which is a mastermind group that I'm a part of. But these are serious these are serious values that I live by now, right? So what I did is, instead of writing those out, I answered these questions by uploading a picture, because ChatGPT can also read. So it's amazing. I can upload these pictures and it can read that content and know exactly what it is. So that saved me some time typing, and it saves us some memory in ChatGPT. But I did come back down here and I answered these questions in decent detail. Once again, this is just for demonstration purposes. When I did this on my own, I do it much deeper. But you can see here, I say I help homebuyers and sellers simplify the process by acting as an advisor and a consultant and not a salesman. My job is to educate and inform so they can make good decisions that they're comfortable with. My business, like the question number 2 is, what do I have for the future of the business and how do I see it in the next 5 years? Well, I want it to have grown substantially due to my YouTube channel and raving past clients. I'll have an entire team out there providing the same level of service I give my clients, making my brand the #1 trusted brand in real estate. My core values are uploaded to this chat. My focus is on helping my community thrive. I perform litter cleanup at my local city parks. We host neighborhood events like family photos with Santa or the Easter Bunny. We host annual spring cleaning days, and I have a dumpster in the neighborhood where people can drop large items off to the trash. The goal is to be the trusted source and active member of the community, giving people faith in realtors being good people who are a necessity to the city or necessary to the city, right? ChatGPT grabs all that info, says, hey, it's clear from your core values that you prioritize long-term success, consistent improvement, integrity, and practical action-oriented approach. These values, as well as the community initiatives you're involved in, not only set you apart, but serve as a testament to your business philosophy and trust and integrity. So it moves on to section 2 now, right? And now it asks us what the primary products or services that we offer are. What are the specific services? Do you specialize in any particular type of property? So you'll see I come down here and I answer it again. And once again, I did it in this big block. So I just type in number 1, I write my answer out, I hold shift, I hit enter, and then I can type in number 2. See, sometimes the questions will be relatable to the first one. So you just want to go through, like I said, and really answer these questions to the best that you can in the most detail that you can, and you will get really good results. So I'm going to kind of skim through this and show you guys kind of what this process looks like. And then I'm going to explain a little bit about how to clone your speech patterns. And then I'm going to show you some of the crazy stuff we can do with this. Okay. So basically answer these questions. It moves on to number 3, which is our target customer demographics and psychographics. And you can see, once again, these are not simple questions. These are questions that's going to take some thought, and you're going to really want to dive deep into these, right? Like, how did the first-time homebuyers and empty nesters differ in their needs and expectations? And how do you cater to these differences? Like, I really feel like I'm being interviewed by somebody that's like a journalist or something, right? Because they're asking really thought-provoking questions that's going to help ChatGPT really be able to dial in what it is that we're trying to achieve in our business and really customize this. So, I come down here and I answer it. Upper middle class, blue collar tech workers, first responders, and veterans, age 25 to 65. That's my target avatar. I come from a blue collar background. I fit really well with them, with tech workers and first responders and veterans. I have a veteran family. I didn't serve myself, but that was because I was chasing a music career. But I've dialed in my target audience. And once again, guys, if you haven't dialed this in, you can go step by step with ChatGPT and have it get you to these answers for these questions, and you'll end up having this amazing list that you can use to basically pre-program any chat that knows everything about your business in a matter of seconds, right? So it's just really important to go through this and really just take the time to answer it in detail. It goes through each step, right? So you're going to want to just keep going through each step. And then what's going to happen is once you get through it, what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, summarize this entire chat into a detailed report that I can copy and paste into a document. And this is what it does right here. Look at this. Shows my core mission. Business operates as an advisor and consultant in the residential real estate market, focused on educating clients to make well-informed decisions. Shows everything on here, right? So then what we do is we copy this giant document, or this giant output of summary, and then you're going to paste that into a Google Doc, right? So you could just come over to Google Docs, and just start up a new document real quick, and then just paste that in there, right? And then it's there for you. And then you're going to save that or download it as a PDF, okay? And what'll happen is now you have this PDF saved, so you can jump into a brand new chat and you can teach it about your business in a matter of seconds, and you can start asking it questions or telling it to do certain things, right? So for example, let's go start a brand new chat real quick, and let's pretend that we've already answered all these questions, because we have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this, this document, which is My Business Explained, right into the chat. And ChatGPT is going to be able to read this and know exactly what it is, right? So this is what I'm going to say. I would like, let's prime it first, right? Because remember, priming the chat is really important. Right now, I may have uploaded My Business Explained to ChatGPT, but I didn't give ChatGPT a role yet, right? So let's give it a role. Let's say you will act as an expert real estate copywriter, and help me come up with blog ideas for my website. Okay. And then what we're going to do, and don't worry about if you spell things wrong. ChatGPT is really, really good at figuring that out. Okay. I don't think that's right either. I thought copyright was with the W, but anyways, that's besides the point. So we're telling it to act as an expert copywriter and help me come up with blog ideas for the website. So now I'm going to tell it to create 5 blog ideas or blog titles with a brief description for each. Okay. And what's going to happen is it's going to read my business. It's going to know, like, notice how I didn't ask it what I want the blog titles to be about, right? Like I just said, hey, create this, but because it knows everything, right? So here's our 5 ideas. Look, navigating the Denver real estate market, tips for first-time homebuyers. So if you didn't know, now you know. I'm in Denver, right? And I've got all of that information inside that document. So we've got maximizing your home's value, essential tips for downsizers. Hey, that's part of my customer avatar, right? The ultimate guide to upsizing, moving to a larger home in Denver. Hey, that's also part of my target demographics. Preparing for home ownership, financial tips and credit advice. This is going to be geared more towards our first-time home buyers, which is also part of my target avatar. And then community spotlight. What's the best neighborhoods in the greater Denver metro area, right? So we get these 5 blog ideas right out the gate like that without even having to put any much thought to it. So let's just say that we wanted to go ahead and create this first one, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, let's create number 1. Okay. And look at this. It's going to go ahead and create a blog that's formatted in the listicle blog type format, where it's going to go through basically everything that it said, right? Navigating the Denver real estate market, tips for first-time home buyers. Look, entering the real estate market as a first-time home buyer can be both exciting and overwhelming, especially in a dynamic city like Denver. With its vibrant neighborhoods, stunning landscapes, and booming economy, Denver offers a unique blend of opportunities and challenges. This guide aims to provide you with the essential tips to make your home buying journey as smooth and as informed as possible, right? So it's even writing the blog with my core mission and values in mind, focusing on the education and information. Like, guys, without going through that step that I just showed you, it would be literally impossible to get this kind of an output with such a short prompt inside of ChatGPT. And that's really what cloning yourself inside it does, is it allows us to talk to it more like a human and not have to worry about being prompt engineers, right? Because not a lot of us know how to prompt ChatGPT like that. So if we learn that we can clone ourselves in there, then you can just go in there and treat it like an advisor and a consultant, right? So as you can see, it goes down, shows us market trends, shows us getting your finances in order, talks about your credit score a little bit. And, it's pretty much it's a decent blog, right? And now let's say that you're saying, well, I like the short blogs, but I wish that this was a little bit deeper. Well, we can just tell ChatGPT to, hey, expand on the blog. I want it to be more contextual, right? I'm just going to tell it to expand on the blog and then watch what it's going to do. It's going to go so much deeper than it did before, right? Because once again, we gave it a very simple prompt. We didn't tell it exactly how we wanted to write the blog. We didn't tell it how long we wanted it to be. So it just took its best guess, right? But now that we've drilled down on it a little bit, it should give us a little bit more context to it, which it seems like it's a little bit longer than the other one was. They gave like 2 examples. And now on here, we have 3 examples on most. So it did dive a little bit deeper. If you wanted to go even further with it, you could highlight a specific section like this once again. And you can wait for our reply button to pop up there. And then you can just say, expand on this section only, please. And let's be nice to ChatGPT, guys, because if the robots do ever take over, I don't want them to come after me first because I was mean to them. So I always try to be nice to it. But look at this. Look at what we had for section 8 previous, right? And then just telling it to expand on this section only, please. Now look at what we've got. Loan estimate, closing disclosure, deed, title insurance policy, bill of sale, proration agreements, like closing costs, loan origination fee, title insurance, appraisal and inspection fee, attorney fees, prepaid costs, recording fees, final walkthrough. It went deep, guys. And that, in a nutshell, is the power of ChatGPT when we train it right. But you might be thinking right now, hey, that's a pretty dope blog that you just created, but it's not, right? So here's where the surprise comes in on this, guys, is that when we teach ChatGPT about our speech patterns and how to clone those, the blogs can actually sound like us. This blog doesn't sound like me. I don't know if you guys heard me talking today, but I'm not your typical realtor, and I want these blogs to sound like me. So I've actually already duplicated myself inside of ChatGPT, and I've created a custom GPT that's called AI Adam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this @ symbol here, and it's going to mention my GPTs that I've created. So we've got AI Adam right here. So what I've done is I've literally brought my AI clone into this conversation now, and I'm going to say rewrite this entire blog. And the reason I say entire is because it might get confused and only want to write that last part. So we're going to say rewrite this entire blog in my speaking style. Okay. And ChatGPT has been pretty good lately, but sometimes even though you tell it in your speaking style, it still forgets, and we'll have to remind it again. But let's see how well it's going to perform today. So as you can see, my avatar comes in. So this is creating it through my GPT now, but it's using the data that we already created. Hey there, Denver. If you're diving into the real estate market for the first time, you're in for a wild ride. Buying your first home is both thrilling and nerve-wracking, especially in a hot market like Denver. But don't sweat it. I've got your back. Let's break down some essential tips to help you navigate this journey smoothly and confidently. Guys, that sounds way more like me, right? And I'm not really much of the hey there type person. So honestly, with this, I would say that doesn't sound like me, just to see if I can get it to really, really sound like me. Okay. And this is a ninja move that most people give up after that first part and say, that's kind of sounded like me. But watch what's going to happen now. It did it again. So you got to love when it does that. But typically, what another thing is too, is with the GPTs, they were actually throwing errors yesterday. So it might be confused. So what I'm going to do is show you guys another avenue to do this as well. I've got my speech style programmed into a PDF, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now after this, before we continue. So what I've done is I've given this, and now it's, hey, what's up, Denver? If you're diving into the real estate market for the first time, you're in for a ride. Buying your first time is both thrilling and nerve-wracking, especially in a hot market like Denver. But don't sweat it. I've got your back. Let's break down some essential tips to help you navigate this journey smoothly and confidently. So it sounds a little bit better than like that. It's not, hey there. It's now, hey, what's up, Denver? Right? And then you can see here, if we get down to the bottom, the conclusion, buying your first home in Denver is a huge milestone. With a solid understanding of the market, financial readiness, and the right team by your side, you can navigate this process with confidence. Remember, it's not just about buying a house. It's about finding a home that fits your lifestyle and long-term goals. Happy house hunting. So guys, this delivers my no nonsense, straightforward style while providing with the essential tips. So that is, in a nutshell, how we can literally create a blog in minutes when we have ChatGPT properly programmed. So you're probably asking right now, well, Adam, how do we program our speech patterns? Well, this is the part where it actually gets fun. There's a couple of different things that you can do. You can ask ChatGPT to help you understand your speech patterns. So you could basically start a new chat, and you could basically, here, I'll pull up another prompt that I have for this. And I will even share this one too. I'll give you guys a bonus prompt on this one here. Let's see. Just got to find it real quick. But basically what it is it's going to be a prompt that tells ChatGPT, like, hey, we're going to go through an interview process and you're going to ask me questions. So, and my answers are going to be what you use to replicate my speech patterns. Okay. And I will give you guys that prompt. I don't want to spend the rest of the time here trying to browse through and find it through my millions and millions of prompts that I've created. Not millions, but a lot. So yeah, basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have either ChatGPT ask you the questions in an interview format to where you can understand your speech patterns. So what you're going to do is when you ask ChatGPT, you're going to do this part on your phone, and then you're going to speak your answers into ChatGPT so it can understand how you're speaking. Now that'll get you probably 50% of the way there. Okay. The best way to do it is going to be to either get a transcript from unscripted YouTube videos that you've done in the past. And if you haven't done YouTube videos, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to basically get your phone recorder out, or you can get an app called Otter AI. That's OTTORAI, or I'm sorry, OTTER.ai. And what this app does is it just listens to you and it transcribes everything out into text for you. So what I would want you to do is set up your camera or set up your phone with Otter AI, start recording, and then do a mock buyers and sellers presentation, right? The exact same way that you would pitch it to a buyer and that you would pitch it to a seller. And then you're going to take that transcript that Otter AI creates, and you're going to go back into Google Docs, and you're going to save that as your speech patterns and download it as a PDF. So now you have two documents. You have the Learn My Business document that you created, and you have the speech cloning document that you created. When you have those two documents, you can come into ChatGPT and do literally anything, right? So for example, I can come in here and I can grab my business explained and my speech style. I can upload this up here into ChatGPT, and then I can ask it to do something. So like, let's say that, we wanted to create a content calendar. Okay. Like, so we're going to start doing YouTube videos, and I don't know exactly where to start on YouTube, right? So let's see if we can train ChatGPT to learn about our business and give us ideas on what our first videos could be. Okay. So once again, we're going to prime it. We're going to give it a role, right? So you're going to act as a, expert real estate copywriter. We're going to say that again. And you're going to help me build a YouTube content calendar. I know I spelled a lot of that stuff wrong, but we're going to just go fix that real quick. Put that space in there. You're going to help us build a YouTube content calendar for me over the next month with 2 videos per week. Okay. If you're doing YouTube, I'm not a YouTube coach, but I will say that what I have learned is that you want to do at least 2 videos a week, and you want to make those consistent, right? So let's see here. 2 videos per week. Okay. So we've given it this really basic prompt. This is like a single shot prompt. It's not very detailed, but check this out. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's see, based on your details provided about your business and your speech style, here's YouTube content calendar for the next month with 2 videos for each week. So week 1, understanding the Denver real estate market trends, AI tools every realtor should be using, first-time homebuyer tips, behind the scenes, a day in the life of a realtor, how to sell your home fast in Denver, AI-powered CRM, revolutionizing real estate, common real estate myths debunked, interview with a local vendor. Like you can see, guys, it gave us a bunch of great video ideas, right? Well, how do we turn that into a video though? This is just an idea with a little bit of a description, right? It gives us tags and it tells us how long it should be. So what if we went over here and we said, let's go back to the first-time homebuyer ones, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, or I'm going to highlight this. My Copilot likes to get in the way. but here we go. We're going to reply to that and say, please create the outline for this video. And the reason I'm having it create the outline is because I wanted to see how to structure the video, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to basically give us a bullet pointed outline of how we could pitch this video, okay? And this is great because you can still pitch this video and not necessarily have to have it scripted or on a teleprompter because you've got bullet points on exactly how to do this, right? So here's our intro. What's up, Denver? Adam Gillespie here, your no BS realtor with eXp Realty. I'm here today to show you X, right? Check this out. Mention the focus of the video. Today, I'm sharing crucial tips for all you first-time home buyers. Going into segment 1, preparing your finance. We could talk about credit score. So we explain the importance of a good credit score. Tips on how to improve and maintain a good credit score, right? Saving for a down payment. So you can see it's created this comprehensive outline for this video, including a call to action. Like, amazing, amazing. Well, let's say you guys are like me and you're getting started with YouTube and you're like, I'm not going to be able to deliver off of those bullet points like that. Like, I know a lot about my business, but that seems difficult. I'd rather try to teleprompt this. Well, we can do that too. So this is what we're going to do here is we're going to come over here real quick and we're going to see, we've got the video outline, the whole outlines here. We're in ChatGPT 4.0, but remember guys, we fed it our speech patterns and it knows about our business. So I don't even have to pull in my clone on this chat. I can just say, please create the script based on the outline and make sure it's in my speaking style. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. What's up, Denver? Adam Gillespie here, your no BS realtor with eXp Realty. And today we're diving into some crucial tips for all you first-time homebuyers out there. Buying your first home can be daunting, but I'm here to help you navigate the process with confidence. So let's get started. All right, first things first, let's talk about your credit score. It's a key factor in determining your mortgage rate. Aim for a score of at least 620, but obviously higher is always better. So you guys see here that it created the full script. So now what I would do is I would take this and I would throw it into my phone on an app called BigView, which is BIGVU, and it's a teleprompter app. It uses the front end screen of your front-facing camera of your phone, and you basically put your phone up on a stand and it'll stroll the entire script up the front of your phone. Looks like you're looking directly into the camera, so you can deliver this and it won't sound so red, or it won't show you looking off to try to read off of a piece of paper. So as you guys can see, really quickly, I wish I had a little bit more time to go even deeper with you guys, but this is a game changer for your business. The best thing that you can do for yourself as a realtor, especially trying to introduce AI into your business, is to just focus on what I showed you guys today, which is cloning yourself into ChatGPT. So remember, we're going to be having these prompts that I talked about here. We're going to have them available for you guys so you can copy and paste those into your own blank chat. Go through this process. It's going to take a while, guys. If you do this right, this should be 3 or 4 hours worth of chatting with ChatGPT. And like I said, the more detailed you guys go into this, the better. Okay. So that is it for that tutorial. I hope you guys found value from this. And just remember, one step at a time with this, guys. The more detailed you are with ChatGPT, the better the output. I can't stress that enough. And if you guys follow this, I promise you, you're going to be coming back to this video being like, dang, this changed the ChatGPT game for me. And now I'm able to do things like create emails really, really, really quickly. Like if you're going to send a mass email through your CRM database, you've got your AI clone in here and you can say, hey, I want to send this email. We can build drip campaigns for our CRMs that sound like us and that are actually related to the way that that lead came into our CRM. Okay, so the power of this is absolutely endless once we get this first part taken care of, and that's cloning yourself inside of ChatGPT. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this channel, because obviously eXp University is the place to be when you guys want to learn how to level up your game in real estate. I hope you guys like this tutorial and I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you later.